Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. I'm Kristi Shive, and this morning we're visiting with Kristin Hildabrand, Warren County Horticulture Agent. Good morning, Kristin.
Good morning, Kristi.
Well, you have brought a lot of fragrance to the set today.
Yes.
And tell us what you have here, Kristin.
Yeah, so we have a table full of mint. And you're right, if you could only smell this morning, there is a lot of different fragrances coming from our mint. And mint is an herb that gardeners can grow, and really May is a good time to be setting these out in your garden. And so we just kind of wanted to show you some of the different varieties that you can have of mint, because I feel like sometimes people don't realize the expansiveness of mint and what all you can have.
Yes, you and I were speaking earlier, and I did not realize that there was such a vast variety. And so I think that since it is May, it's the perfect time to be talking about mint. May Ferment.
Yeah, that's right. And I feel like with even Derby Day, even though we're not having Derby for Kentucky, I feel like mint is an herb that we think of mint juleps, and so you never really know where your mind can take you, especially when you think about mint. Now, a couple of the things I do want to mention before we talk about some of the varieties that we have is that mint is very invasive. So it's really important that you make sure that you put it in its own separate container.
Its own pot.
Yeah, so it will take over if you put it out in the garden or even in the landscape. So just make sure you keep it in its own separate container. And we tried to do that this morning with what we had on hand. And definitely think about an area that drains really well. And you can do that, with a lot of different potting soil mixtures. If you decide to do it in your own container, you can do that really easily. It's only going to it takes like sun to part shade, but still, it's fairly easy to grow. And again, if you have kids at home, this might be something sensory that they can actually feel the leaves. Because if you rub some of these leaves and stuff like that, you're going to get some of the aromatic hydrocarbons. So like this one right here is the Appleman. So after I rubbed the leaves, it's kind of gotten some of the fragrance off, and you can kind of smell the different kinds of mints that we have. So there is a plethora of all different mints that you can even think about. So the one you've got in front of you is the mojito one.
Okay.
So if you decide to make some mojitos at home, you can use that one to help flavor those beverages. Mint's a good one for the beverages. There's some chocolate mint in front of you, and it's really good for like fruit salads. Again, you could throw it into a drink if you wanted to, or you can use it as a garnish. So that's something that I feel like is pretty neat, and again, tastes really good. Who doesn't love chocolate and mint together?
Exactly.
Perfect combination.
So the flavors do vary among the varieties.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So like this one right here, we have some ginger mint, and so if you have like an upset stomach, you might want to think about that, kind of throw that in your beverage. And then there's also some other like kind of edible things, like I mentioned, this one's an apple one, but we have strawberry, and we also have orange. And I had to get the orange because I love anything that's citrus.
Yes.
So that just kind of spoke to me. But if you're new to like thinking about mint, and maybe you want something that's not as culinary, then we also have spearmint, and then we also have regular peppermint. That would be perfect.
And that's, I think, what a lot of people, they think about whenever they think about growing mint is the spearmint and peppermint. But
Yeah.
So Kristin, if people want more information, can they contact you?
Oh, absolutely. So we're here to help. We're still working, so if anybody has any questions, they can just give us a call, and we'll be happy to kind of walk you through what's needed. Now, I do want to mention that most of these will do well in sun, but again, it will take a little bit of part shade.
All right.
So, yeah.
Well, Kristin, thank you so much. If you are watching and you have any questions about growing mint, you can contact your local extension office. I think this has inspired me to infuse some water with mint a great way.
And you'd be surprised, where it takes you on some of the different culinary dishes you can do at home too.
Alrighty, Kristin. Well, thank you so much for being here today. If you have more questions about growing mint, contact your local extension office. Have a great day.